So I think one of the most exciting things happening in the industry has to be around technology and specifically technology disrupting traditional businesses, and likely and usually for the benefit of agencies and consumers. And that's manifests itself in many different ways, but it's pretty shocking to think how some of these startups / organizations that have been able to pivot into a new line of work with the advent and with the harnessing some of the power of technologies of having to fundamentally shift what they're doing. For me, that the pace of change as a function of technology fueling it is pretty amazing. Mobile's obviously critically important. We have stopped using the language mobile first. I mean, for us, it's multi-screen, and mobile just has to be part of the DNA of everything we're doing. As a media owner and content creator, we've watched for the number of months, years, the unique audience going to mobile exclusively. And in the case of AOL, that can be upwards to 40 to 50% of our audience. We've got about 350 million uniques globally coming to our content properties somewhere in the world. And so to have close to 50% of those coming to mobile exclusive devices, I mean, obviously it's paramount importance. And so from an ad product perspective, everything has to be multi-screen. From a content perspective, it all has to be programmed. And so we have built into the DNA of our organization that there's no such thing as mobile first. Mobile is just wound in everything that we do. And I think we're going to continue to see that. I will say from a programming perspective, we're starting to think about how to program content in a way that it is captured in mobile devices and more digestible. And so we've been exploring and experimenting with a couple of programming ideas, which I think we'll see how they prove out. But AOL Rise is a good example of that. HuffPost Live is a good example of that. And it's great to have a board and an executive team that's pushing the boundaries of how mobile device and snackable content can start to show up in meaningful ways. And so we think that the day parting, the format's becoming an interesting component of how you actually day part. Yeah. And it's been really successful so far.